She's not the woman you met in the old story. She stopped chasing. She stopped explaining. She started breathing. She doesn't wait in doorways anymore. She became the home. If you knock with past energy, the handle won't turn. This isn't about being harder. It's about being clearer. Her yes is warm but exact. Her no is steady and kind. She's choosing peace over pressure, pattern over promises. Can you face who she is now? Can you meet a pace that keeps both of you regulated? Will you repair instead of perform? If you can, you'll feel the room thicken in the best way. If you can't, the room won't punish you. It just won't open. She didn't become colder. She became clearer. She still loves, but now her love has shape. The old version of her tried to hold everything together with effort. This version lets truth do the holding. You can feel it in small ways first. Her breath is slower. Her answers land in a steady tone. She isn't rushing to fill every gap with reassurance. She isn't translating your silence for you. She's not in the hallway anymore. She's the home. What changed is simple. Her body got honest. When her chest tightens, she doesn't push past it to keep the peace. When her shoulders drop, she trusts that signal. She doesn't perform calm while burning on the inside. She chooses what keeps her regulated over what keeps the story moving. That's why timelines, games, and hot and cold lose power here. They don't match the way her system wants to live. She doesn't chase, not because she's playing hard to get, but because chasing never gave her the kind of connection that could stay. She answers after her body speaks. She closes her night on purpose. She prefers one real conversation to a dozen fragments that leave both of you buzzing and empty. She still sends warmth, but not to convince. She sends warmth that she can keep giving tomorrow. Her yes is warm and exact. It's not a maybe wrapped in hope. Her no is steady and kind. It isn't a punishment. It's a boundary that keeps her present. If the pace turns jumpy, she slows it. If clarity is missing, she asks once in plain words and then lets the field answer. She's not building a case anymore. She's building a climate. You may feel the difference as a soft pressure toward honesty. It's easier to say where you actually are than to promise what you can't keep. Big gestures matter less than small repairs. It's less prove it and more, can we be steady here? The room feels thicker, quieter, safer. That safety isn't her job alone. It's a shared practice. Clear timing, clear tone, clean endings when needed, and returns that actually return. Old patterns won't get traction. Intermittent attention won't earn the same access. Disappearing without repair won't reset anything. Testing her to see if she'll shrink back to the past won't work either. She won't reward mixed signals with extra effort. She'll bless what's true and step back from what isn't. This isn't anger, it's alignment. She still feels the pull. She still wants connection. She just refuses to pay with her nervous system. That means fewer late-night loops, fewer conversations held on empty, fewer explanations written to calm fear instead of share truth. She's committed to contact that leaves both of you more regulated after. If the connection can't offer that today, she keeps her pace and invites you to meet it when you can. You'll notice her meaning what she says the first time. If she says mornings are better, she isn't testing you. If she says she needs slow, she isn't playing a role. She's telling you how love stays livable in her body. When you match that, her softness gets even easier to feel. When you don't, she won't chase you into a rhythm that breaks her down. This shift is not about perfection. It's about honesty. She's learning to listen to data she can trust. Breath that lengthens, presence that returns, a sense of self that stays intact after contact. If a choice protects those, she keeps it. If a scene drains those, she changes it. There's less drama because there's less pretending. There's more tenderness because there's more truth. So what changed? She became a place, not a performance. A place where love can land and remain. A place where pace is readable, where I care sounds like clarity, where not now is still relational, where desire is welcome but doesn't run the show. If you can face this version of her, you won't need to guess her shape. She'll show it. You won't need to sprint. You'll breathe together, and if you're not ready to meet it yet, the door won't slam. It just won't open the old way. Why the old dynamic won't work anymore. The old dance ran on anxiety. Chase a little, pull back a little, say big things, disappear, return with spark, repeat. It created chemistry, not safety. It asked her body to work overtime, to hold a story that wouldn't hold itself. That version of connection can't live in the air she breathes now. Her system doesn't reward spikes and crashes anymore. It responds to clarity and a pace that can be kept. Mixed signals used to keep the thread alive. Now they cut it. She won't add extra effort to decode you. She won't argue with silence or turn crumbs into meaning. If the message is warm but shapeless, she won't chase the shape. If the rhythm is intense, then absent, she won't stretch herself to survive it. She is measuring everything by one simple metric. Can this remain without costing my nervous system? promises used to buy time. They don't buy trust here. She listens for what repeats, not what explodes. Repair matters more than speeches. A sincere, "I missed that, here's how I'll show up next time," lands deeper than grand declarations. Consistency becomes attraction. Continuity is intimacy. When you let your actions line up with your words, in small, boring ways, her body relaxes. Relaxed bodies open, tense bodies guard. Testing her won't bring back the past. Pushing a boundary to see if she still shrinks only proves why she set the boundary. Disappearing to create fear only teaches her how peaceful life feels without the roller coaster. Hot and cold does not make her feel wanted. It makes her feel tired. She will choose quiet truth over loud confusion every time. She is no longer interested in performing the relationship for both of you. She won't be your translator, your reminder, your regulator, and your anchor while you have flashes of romance. If you are in, be in with something she can meet. Clear timing, real availability, honest capacity. If you are unsure, say unsure, and set a timeline to revisit. Uncertainty spoken cleanly is easier to hold than certainty that keeps breaking. You may feel this shift as a gentle pressure toward precision. Say what you mean in simple lines. Name when you can talk. Name when you cannot. If something breaks, repair while the break is small. If you need to slow down, own the slowdown instead of ghosting. If you want more, ask for more without turning it into a test. This is not about perfection. It is about being readable. Old tactics tried to create urgency. Her life runs on rhythm now. She closes her night on purpose. She chooses one real conversation over a string of pings. She would rather move slower and true than fast and unstable. If you flood her and vanish, she will not signal harder. She will stabilize and let you decide if you can meet that stability. Attention without presence used to pass. It doesn't hear. She can tell when you are texting through anxiety, boredom, or loneliness. She can feel when the call is a bid for reassurance instead of a wish to connect. Bring presence or bring nothing. Fragments train both bodies to expect starvation. Whole attention lets both bodies rest. If conflict comes, the old dynamic tried to win or withdraw. The new one repairs. Say the smallest true thing. Reflect what you heard. Own your part without adding a performance. Ask what would help the system feel safer next time. Keep your voice at a volume your body believes. When repair closes, let it close. Do not reopen to get one more point across. Peace is more useful than being right. You don't need to predict every move. You do need to stop selling a future you can't carry. Choose a pace you can keep on an ordinary day. Choose a tone you can stand in when stressed. Choose a level of contact that leaves you clearer after. If you maintain those choices for long enough, trust grows on its own. When trust grows, desire stops panicking and starts directing. You might wonder if this makes love less exciting. It makes it livable. The spark that used to burn out becomes heat that stays. The room feels thicker, not heavier. You are not walking on eggshells. You are walking on ground. Ground invites more heart, more humor, more ease. That is the point of the shift. Not less feeling, better feeling. So the old dynamic won't work because it was built to manage fear, not to host love. What works now is simple and learnable. Be clear, be steady, repair quickly, keep your word small and true. Bring presence instead of performance. Let silence be weather instead of punishment. Meet her where she actually is, not where the past trained you to chase. When you do, the door that would not open for pressure opens for coherence, and it doesn't have to slam to stay secure. How the masculine feels this shift. At first, it feels strange. The door you used to push no longer moves. Loud gestures don't land the way they used to. Silence doesn't scare her the same way. Her pace is slower, her tone is steadier, and your old tricks don't get a reaction. That can feel like loss. It's not. It's a new map. Your body will read it before your mind does. Instead of the rush you're used to, you'll feel a gentle pressure to tell the truth. You may notice a tight chest when you try to impress, and a softening when you say exactly where you are. Her clarity doesn't attack you. It gives you something to lean on. Boundaries that used to feel like walls now feel like door frames. If you treat them like guides instead of fights, your system calms down. The mixed signals that once kept things exciting now bounce off. A hot message, followed by days of quiet, won't pull her closer. A vague, "we should talk," won't make space appear. She isn't cold, she's clear. She is not punishing you, she is protecting her peace. If you feel distance when you send fog, take it as information. She can't carry what you won't name. This shift can stir old fears. You might wonder if she stopped caring, or if you already failed. Notice what actually happens in your body when you reach for honesty. Short sentences, simple timing, real capacity. I can call tomorrow after work. I want to keep this steady. I'm nervous and still here. Watch how the tension drops when your words match your energy. Her system hears that and opens a little more. You'll also feel relief. There's less guessing, less testing, less scoreboard. She isn't asking you to perform romance. She's inviting you to build rhythm. Big promises matter less than small repairs. If something goes off, own it and fix it while it's small. I missed your text earlier. Thanks for your patience. I'm here now. Repair builds more trust than any speech. Pace becomes the main signal. Flooding her with attention and then going quiet won't translate. Choose a pace you can keep on a normal day, not just on your best day. Choose a tone you can hold when you're stressed, not only when you're inspired. If you need to slow down, say so early and name when you'll check back in. Clarity given early feels like care. Disappearing feels like pressure shifted to her. Presence beats performance. If you text while anxious or bored, she will feel the wobble. If you call to fill a hole, the call will feel heavy. Bring your whole attention or wait until you can. A short, honest contact with real presence feeds the connection more than a long thread that leaves both of you buzzing and empty. Expect to be invited into repair instead of drama. She may say, "That pace tightened my chest. Can we slow this?" Or, "I prefer voice for real topics." Read those lines as bridges. They tell you how to reach her. You don't have to guess the route. When you cross the bridge she named, the room gets warm fast. You might meet a new kind of no. It won't be sharp, but it will be firm. Not tonight. I'm ending my day now. I don't do late night loops. Take that no as evidence that the door still exists. Respecting it keeps the connection safe. Pushing it makes the door feel unsafe. Safety is the new attraction here. When both bodies feel safe, desire stops sprinting and starts staying. If you feel the urge to test by pulling away, by poking a boundary, by asking her to prove she still cares, pause. Ask for what you actually want instead. I'd like more consistency. I need directness. Can we plan our next call? Direct asks create movement. Tests create confusion. She won't chase confusion anymore. This shift doesn't make love smaller. It makes it clearer. You'll laugh more because you aren't managing a storm. You'll feel more heat because your nervous systems can actually relax. You'll know where she stands because she told you. You'll know where you stand because you said it out loud and kept it real. If you're ready to meet this, you don't need a perfect plan. You need honest steps. Bring presence. Name your timing. Keep a steady pace. Repair when you miss. Treat her boundaries as directions, not detours. Let quiet be weather, not punishment. When you do this, you'll notice something subtle. The air between you gets thicker in the best way, and the door that felt locked begins to open with a simple, steady hand. Clean approach means you are easy to read. Short lines, real timing, a pace you can keep on an ordinary day. No games to get a reaction. No pressure disguised as romance. You speak in a tone your body believes, and you let your actions match your words, long enough for trust to grow. Start with clarity. Say what you mean without wrapping it in guesses or tests. Instead of, "We should talk soon," try, "I can call tomorrow after work." Instead of, "Are you mad at me?" try, "I noticed some distance and I'd like to check in." Simple, direct, warm. If you don't know what you can offer yet, say that too. "I want this, and I'm still figuring out my pace." Pace is the next piece. Flooding someone with attention and then disappearing scrambles both nervous systems. Choose a rhythm that works on a regular week, not just on your best day. If you need to slow down, name it early. "I'm moving slower this week. I'll reach out on Friday." If you want more connection, ask without turning it into a test. "I'd like a voice call. Does tomorrow night work?" Clean pace creates safety. Safety lets desire stay. Presence beats volume. A short message you mean is better than a long thread you wrote while anxious. If you're not present, wait until you can be. You'll feel the difference in your body. Less buzzing, more breath. She will feel it too. Presence says, "I'm with you." Performance says, "I'm trying to manage your reaction." Repair is where trust lives. Mistakes happen. What matters is how you come back. Keep it small and specific. "I missed your text and left you hanging. I'm sorry. Next time I'll tell you when I can respond." Then do it. You don't need a speech. You need a change she can feel. When repair closes, let it close. Don't reopen the moment to score a point or win the story. Boundaries are part of a clean approach. They aren't punishments, they're handles. "I'm ending my day now. I'll reply in the morning." I don't do late night loops. I prefer voice for real topics. Treat her boundaries as directions, not walls. Offer yours just as plainly. Clear edges make connection easier to hold. Avoid hidden tests. Pulling away to see if she chases. Poking a boundary to see if she bends. Sending fog to see if she guesses. These moves break safety. If you want reassurance, ask for it. If you want closeness, ask for time. If you are unsure, say unsure and suggest a check-in. Direct asks create movement. Tests create noise. Keep your promises small enough to keep. I'll text you later tonight means tonight, not next week. I want to build this slowly means you show up in a way that actually feels slow and steady. The point isn't perfection. The point is being consistent enough that both bodies stop bracing. Watch how you end contact. Clean endings are a gift. I'm heading to sleep now. Talk tomorrow. This was good. Let's pick it up after work. Endings like these prevent spirals and protect the pace you both agreed to. You don't need to be available all the time to be trustworthy. You need to be predictable enough to feel safe. If conflict shows up, stay simple. Reflect what you heard. Own your part. Ask what would help next time. Keep your voice at a level your body can hold. You're not trying to win. You're trying to find a rhythm that lets both of you stay present. Can you feel how different that goal is? Clean approach also means you stop selling a future you can't carry. Don't promise a version of yourself that only exists on perfect days. Offer what you can offer now, then expand as your capacity grows. Honesty builds more room than fantasy ever did. Here's how this feels when it's working. The air between you gets calmer. Messages get shorter and truer. Calls end with both of you more settled, not more activated. You laugh more because you're not managing a storm. Attraction doesn't vanish. It deepens into something you can live with. If you need a simple compass, use this. Be clear, be steady, repair fast. Say the smallest true thing, pick a pace you can keep. Make the fix while it's small. Let silence be weather, not punishment. When you move like this, the door that stayed shut for pressure opens for coherence, and it doesn't have to slam to stay safe. Boundaries aren't walls. They're handles. They give both of you something to hold so the connection doesn't slip. When the feminine changes, this becomes obvious. She's not testing you. She's naming how love can actually live in her body. Clear edges make it easier to meet her, not harder. Think of a boundary as a simple agreement with your nervous system. If your chest tightens, that's data. If your breath gets longer, that's data too. Let your words follow that data. Keep it plain and kind. I'm ending my day now. I'll reply in the morning. I don't do late night loops. I prefer a voice for real topics. Lines like these aren't punishments. They're directions. They tell the field where to find you. Time boundaries protect rhythm. Pick windows for contact you can actually keep. Say when you're available and when you're not. Close your night on purpose so tomorrow has room to arrive. Predictability beats intensity here. When she knows your pace, her body relaxes. Relaxed bodies open. Attention boundaries protect presence. Bring your whole self or wait until you can. Stop sending messages just to quiet anxiety. Stop asking questions you don't want to hold the answer to. A short, honest check-in with real attention feeds the bond more than a scattered thread that leaves both of you buzzing. Body boundaries protect regulation. Eat before a heavy talk. Take a walk if your thoughts start racing. If your breath gets shallow on a call, name it and slow down. My chest is tight. Can we pick this up tomorrow? That isn't weakness, it's stewardship. You're keeping the climate safe enough for love to stay. Meaning boundaries protect clarity. Don't mind crumbs for hidden messages. If you need clarity, ask once in clean words. If clarity doesn't come, don't build a story to fill the gap. Bless the gap and keep your pace. You're not abandoning the connection. You're refusing to abandon yourself. A boundary offered well is warm and exact. No edge, no lecture, just shape. Notice how different it feels to hear, "I'm here for steady contact, not spikes," instead of a long speech about the past. Shape reduces guessing. Guessing is what used to burn everyone out. Expect her to bring her own shape too. She may say, "Mornings work better for me," or "I want contact that leaves us more regulated after." Treat this as a bridge, not a challenge. A bridge shows the way across. When you cross it, the room gets warm fast. When you try to jump around it, the room goes cold, not because she's punishing you, but because the path wasn't honored. If a boundary stings, check what story got activated. Many people hear no and translate it as rejection. Here, no often means, "I want this to be safe." Respecting the edge keeps the door intact. Pushing it makes the door feel dangerous. Safety is the new attraction. When safety grows, desire deepens on its own. Avoid hidden tests. Don't poke a limit to see if it bends. Don't pull away to see if she chases. Don't send fog to see if she guesses. If you want closeness, ask for time. If you want reassurance, ask for what would help. If you need space, say space and say when you'll check back. Directness builds trust. Tests build noise. Keep promises small enough to keep. Offer what you can hold on a regular day, not just on a perfect one. If you miss, repair while it's small. "I dropped the ball. I'm sorry. Here's how I'll handle this next time." Then show it. Repair closes loops that used to spiral for days. Here's a helpful reframe. Boundaries aren't there to keep people out. They're there to keep you in your body, in your truth, in a rhythm you can sustain. When you stay in, the connection stops feeling like a chase and starts feeling like a place. Places are easier to return to than performances. You'll know a boundary is working by how the after feel changes. After contact, your breath is longer, your presence is clearer. You feel more yourself, not less. When those signals show up, keep going. When they don't, adjust kindly. Adjustment isn't punishment. It's how you protect what you're building. If guilt pops up, am I being too much? Look at evidence, not fear. Did softening your edges make the story stable, or just more chaotic? Did one small, honest line create more room than a whole paragraph of performance? Your body knows the answer. It relaxes around truth. It tenses around theater. Boundaries will make the love simpler. Not smaller, simpler. Fewer mixed messages, fewer late-night spirals. More steady contact you can both count on. More laughter because nobody's managing a storm. And if someone can't meet these edges today, the door doesn't have to slam. It stays named, visible, intact. The connection can return when it can move at a pace that lets both of you remain. Meet her where she lives now, not where the old story lived. She's steady, clear, and warm with edges. If you arrive with fog, the door won't move. If you arrive with presence, it opens. This is not a riddle. It's a simpler way of relating. Be readable, be consistent, choose repair over performance. Start with one clean thing you can keep. Say when you're available and mean it. Choose a pace that works on a regular day and keep it when life gets loud. Use short lines your body can stand in. I can call after work. I want this to be steady. I missed you earlier. Sorry, I'm here now. Trust grows from these small, repeatable moves. Respect the shape she names. When she says mornings are better, believe her. When she says she's ending her night, let the night end. Treat boundaries as directions, not walls. Offer your own in the same tone, warm and exact. Clear edges don't kill attraction, they make it livable. Bring attention, not just attention seeking. If you're restless, regulate before you reach. A short, present check-in feeds the bond more than a long thread written to calm anxiety. Presence says, I'm with you. Performance says, I'm trying to manage your reaction. She can feel the difference, so can you. Let silence be weather, not punishment. You don't have to fill every gap. You do have to stay readable. If you want more closeness, ask for it. If you're unsure, say unsure and suggest a time to revisit. If you need to slow down, name that early and tell her when you'll check back. Direct, ask, move the connection forward. Tests, stall it. Make repair simple and fast. Own the miss without a speech. Change the small behavior people can feel. Close the loop and do not reopen it to win the story. Peace builds more trust than perfect logic. When repair is real, both bodies relax, and relaxed bodies can welcome heat without burning out. Keep your body in the room. If your chest tightens, slow your pace. If your breath lengthens, that's a green light. Speak in a tone you believe. Choose contact that leaves both of you clearer after. This is how desire stops sprinting and starts staying. Safety first, then signal. If fear whispers that you'll lose her by being this honest, check the evidence. When you went quiet to create urgency, did the bond deepen or just get noisy? When you poked a limit, did closeness grow or did trust shrink? Honesty may feel small in the moment, but it makes space that pressure never could. If you're not ready to meet her here, don't pretend. Say what you can offer and keep your pace. She isn't asking for perfection. She's asking for something she can meet without breaking herself down. If your capacity grows later, you can return to a door that stayed named instead of a bridge you burned. If you are ready, keep it human. Choose a rhythm you can keep on a messy week. Bring your whole attention or wait until you can. Ask for what you actually want instead of setting traps to see if she'll chase. Celebrate small progress, a calmer call, a clearer plan, a repair that lands. These are the bricks that make a future you can live in. This shift makes love simpler, not smaller. Less guessing, less scoreboard, more steadiness that lets softness show up. More laughter because no one is managing a storm. When both of you move like this, the air between you gets thicker in the best way. You are not walking on eggshells. You are walking on ground. If you feel this landing in your chest, leave a marker for yourself and for someone who needs the same courage. Comment, "I'm crossing." Then keep crossing in ordinary ways. Clear timing, steady pace, quick repair, open presence. The door that stayed shut for pressure opens for coherence, and it doesn't have to slam to stay safe.